Hello, collective and soul tribe. Happy Friday. All right. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. Happy Friday. Okay, guys, it is March the 20th. I hope you guys are doing well so far. Okay. It is Friyay. Okay. Freedom Friday. Fabulous Friday. Now, I did do a couple of readings like yesterday. I think it was like even a a message as well. Some of you guys may resonate with that. But there is something about this energy where, as some of you guys could be going through, energetic shifts, some of you guys could actually be doing rituals, like cleansing rituals and things like that. And even when it comes to like meditating and going within, this could be shocking a lot of people in your energy because a lot of you who, maybe sometimes you say you're done with something, but then maybe you give that person a second chance or, whatever the case is, right? And for some of you, there's something about your energy where you're not joking anymore. Like you're standing 10 toes down, you're standing on business, okay? What you mean is what you say. And there's something also about, walking the walk and talking the talk, okay? I don't know, some of you guys remember that song from, I think it's from Migos. Yeah, Migos. Walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it. That song. There's something about some of your guys' energy where you guys walk it like you talk it, and because a lot of people in society wear a mask, it's very hard for people to accept that about you. Like if you were someone who's very giving, you were kind, gracious, all of those things, right? It's almost like people are shocked now that if they did you wrong, it's like a delusion. Like they did you wrong, you're the victim, but you're not playing, playing as the victim. You're coming out like the phoenix. But then the person who did you wrong, they're the one that's showing up as the victim. So it's almost like you're looking at the situation and you're saying like, what? How are you the victim? But you see things, so it doesn't really matter, right? But that could be confirmation though, okay? So let's get started. Let's see what you need to know for March the 20th, okay, for Friday. Universe, divine, spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for March 20th? What do they need to know for March 20th, please, and thank you. Universe, divine, and spirit, and source, what messages do you have for the collective? Thank you. So, changes, okay, 10-10 energy. 10th house talks about your career. Some of you, this is about, some of you, this is like success. Okay, this could be public reputation, right? Long-term goals, building a structure. Okay, some of you, this could be about your status, like, not everybody cares about their status. You know what I'm saying, guys? Not everyone cares to be number one. Not everyone cares to wear a title, right? And even when it comes to like your status, maybe you're somebody who doesn't care about that. A lot of people do care about those things and maybe you don't. But you could be somebody because you don't care about that. Like it's not your main, main focus. You could be attracting that as well with the 10th house. Okay, so take what resonates with that. But, when it comes to like masculine energy or stepping into your authority, that is significant for some of you guys. You guys could be looking into that. Also, when it comes to house placements. Now, when it comes to angel number 1010, or 10 in general, the number 10, some of you may feel like you feel whole. Okay, so this is about, opportunities coming in. This is about, the wheel turning in your favor. Okay, it's almost like, I think it's like the Wheel of Fortune. No, the Lot of Fortune or something like that. It's like another, basically it's like another placement. And I know it's on like Cafe Astrology or something like that. Like if you know exactly the time you're born, it gives you that information as well before you get to like the main chart. So even this is significant too when it comes to like your luck, right? There's something about luck. Change could be significant cycles. Okay, you being decisive about, you know, what it is that you want and how you want to move forward. Okay, luck is significant, like I mentioned before. This could be unexpected events, but you guys are trusting in the cycle. Okay, you guys are trusting in the cycle. You guys are trusting in your transformation at this moment. Okay, so even if you are entering a period of growth, okay, and evolution, you're also being open to what's to come towards you. Even if it's an opportunity, you're open to that, right? So this is you ending cycles and stepping into new beginnings, right? Being in alignment with your body, with your mind, with your spirit, okay? Even when it comes to like your destiny and your path that unfolds, right? There's something about a cycle with that. So again, your purpose could also be unfolding, kind of like you seeing something happening little by little, because it's not going to happen right away, but it's almost like you can see it little by little as you progress. So that could be also confirmation too. It's like, you know, something is approaching, you know, something is near, you know, the energy is close, but it's almost like when, right? So that could be the situation that you guys are in, especially us moving into Aries season, right? There could be changes as well. So let's see what else shows up. And I think today is like the last day of the new moon cycle. So yeah, so let's see what else shows up. So yeah, the star. Okay, this is about having hope. This could be you guys when it comes to like positivity. Some of you guys are very positive, or you try to stay, you know, try to stay as positive as you possibly can despite, you know, what goes on in your life or, you know, your day to day. But there's something about having hope and faith, right? That, you know, when it comes to healing, you are being able to inspire yourself now in the present time so that you can help your future self. And even with the Journey Oracle deck, that usually comes out. There's like a photo of, you know, two people holding hands like this, and it's basically your higher self versus your present self, basically, you know, helping one another. So it's almost like getting like a tool book or like a kit, right? Or getting like one of those one of those like IKEA furniture sets where they give you the manual and they give you all the tools and you have to like do it yourself, and you're just like, okay, this is not bad, until you miss that one piece and then you're like, what is this? Right? So when it comes to that energy, that is significant, right? There's something about renewal as well. Maybe you guys are going through some type of renewal, right? With the number 17 as well, with Aquarius energy. Aquarius talks about, I just heard a horn honking, so confirmation. But Aquarius talks about, you know, inventions, right? Innovations, you know, social media as well, astrology, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, things that are very, I guess, unorthodox, right? So take what resonates with that. But with the number 17 as well, there's something about you manifesting through your faith. And that is why you guys are trusting what it is that you guys are manifesting when it comes to, you know, hope and guidance, or, you know, receiving spiritual leadership or stepping into spiritual leadership, right? So even with the number 17, that equals 8. Okay, with the number 8, this talks about death, transformations, right? When it comes to you changing maybe even your mindset, you know, your perspective and how you see certain things, right? And even with the number 17, 1 plus 7 is 8. This is talking about your power, right? How you look at abundance, how you master certain things, you know? So again, you guys could have certain skills or gifts and talents where you can be in mastery of all realms. Like, you are someone who is maybe highly, you know, favored or connected, right, to source. So take what resonates with that. And it's also giving the energy of like divine partnership as well, you know, when I think about this card too. So there's something about your energy too when it comes to you. It's like, no matter what you go through, you will invest in yourself. You will, you know, have hope and faith, right? When it comes to inspiration, even when it comes to like creativity, it's almost like you will focus on that. That's what you want to do, you know? So, Three of Swords, okay, like I said, when it comes to, faith, hope, renewal, etc., there's something about releasing and healing, right? This card came out yesterday as well. So, for some of you, it could be heartbreak, it could be grief, okay? Now, this doesn't have to be like in a relationship only, okay? This could be friendships too. You could have been in a friendship with somebody and maybe they, broke your heart in a sense of maybe betraying you, right? Like everyone's situation is different, right? But the message can still, resonate no matter what, right? But don't force it, obviously, right? But at the same time, when it comes to you releasing the pain and embracing healing, some of you guys are going through that. Okay, so again, there's something about, whatever traumas, whatever fears, whatever sorrow you are going through, right? There's something about Saturn energy too. And again, with Saturn energy, it talks about discipline, right? It talks about, for some of you that, resonate with it, it talks about discipline. It talks about, responsibility too when it comes to your expansions, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to gain at this time. There's a lot of things about the energy where even if it's not about Saturn energy where you guys are being responsible and disciplined, it's something about even when it comes to siblings and peers, right? So even when it comes to siblings, like family, maybe close friends, you know, things like that, short travels, things like that, short distances, things like that matter, right? There's something about the energy too where, even when it comes to like education and learning, or even when it comes to like your mind, like how your mind is, how you think, the way that you communicate as well, that could be very significant, right? There's something about releasing any pain, releasing anything that may have hurt you, may have made you feel like, why am I here type of energy. And a lot of times people don't realize that their actions have some type of cause and effect. So even if someone tried to make you feel a certain way, you still show up as someone who's strong, because even when it comes to like in the public, you may not show up as someone who's gone through a lot of things, right? But behind closed doors is a different story. Nobody knows what you deal with behind closed doors, whether this is mentally, physically, okay? So a lot of people may have the life, and a lot of times people are very blindsided because, this may not be everybody, but for some people, it's almost like people who have, a husband or a wife and kids and the whole package. Sometimes it's almost like people have delusions where, yes, no one is perfect. Everybody goes through certain things. But at the same time, you could be very authentic and you may keep it real with people and be like, yeah, I've gone through this or I've dealt with this, whatever, because that is just your way to talk or, communicate, because you like to go deep within. You don't like to be surface leveled, right? And you could have dealt with people where you were being authentic. Some of these people were wearing a mask. And you may have noticed that. Even if it was too late, you still caught on to it. And you saw what you saw. So there's something about your energy where, when it comes to like communication, Page of Swords with the number 11, there's something about communication that could be very significant. Okay, this could be about you when it comes to, your creativity moving forward. Okay, there's something about you learning something new as well. But you guys are embracing your unique perspectives when it comes to certain situations. Now, even with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, even if you don't have these placements, confirmation with a horn, because I just heard it, even though it was a little faint. But even when it comes to these placements, there's something about communication that's very significant, whether this is you communicating, throat chakra energy, and also heart chakra, because maybe you're communicating from your heart, right? But there's something about either the way you communicate, whether this is reading, writing, speaking, okay? Or there's something about you being very alert when it comes to your energy. And for some of you guys, when it comes to this, there's something about, your energy specifically where you guys could be curious about certain things and it's helping you grow intellectually and emotionally, okay? And you guys are exploring new, ideas. You guys are basically expanding when it comes to your knowledge and having an understanding about the world around you and what's happening. Even when it comes to like your intuition, right? You guys could have went through an awakening as well. So that's confirmation too. Justice. 1111. Okay. You are receiving justice when it comes to your situations. It doesn't matter what you went through. Okay. It doesn't matter what you went through. Okay. Because trauma is not competition. So yes, perspective is something you can have and understand. Because like I said, for example, you may be someone who may be going through a lot, but at the same time, you may still be grateful that, you know, you have a roof over your head, you have food to eat every day, versus somebody who's homeless, okay? And maybe they may look at your life and see, oh, this person has everything. But maybe you don't have everything. It may look like you have everything, but you don't feel like you have everything. You know what I mean, guys? So it's all about perspective. Even though you go through certain things, you can still put yourself in other people's shoes and still understand that, you know what, I may be going through something, but you're going through something a little bit more worse. So let's deal with you. You know, let's focus on you. Some of you guys are like that, but you also have dealt with people where they've used that against you and you're aware, but you guys are receiving justice. Okay, there's something about truth. Okay, your honesty, something about cause and effect with Libra again, 1111. Okay, when it comes to you feeling like you were trapped at one time with change, right? There's something about releasing. Okay, Jupiter and Gemini when it comes to, you know, expansion and prosperities. There's something about your energy where you guys are moving forward. So again, when it comes to the Three of Swords and you moving away from, you know, what made you feel restricted, paralyzed, okay, there's something about also you were the victim in a situation, but you're not someone, like I said, who plays as the victim. You broke free from the limiting beliefs that, you know, other people were trying to put on towards you, whether this was you or them. Okay, so take what resonates with that, okay? But 8th house, you know, death and transformations. You guys are going through a transformation, yeah. King of Pentacles. This is about abundance, prosperity, okay? This is about, you know, being a business person, whether man or woman, but you are business savvy. Okay, King of Pentacles also talks about leadership. So some of you guys are building some type of leadership when it comes to your stability and success. So even when it comes to like financially being secure, okay, there's something about you being financially secure, whether you have a lot of money or whether you have a little bit of money, there's something about that. Okay, this one fell on the floor. Okay. Yeah, there's something about you being financially secure as a business person, right? But also when it comes to, at one point too, not being able to see something. So there's something about being stuck in the middle as well when it comes to you having to weigh out your options, right? Some of you guys could feel like in situations you were always stuck in the middle as well. So even if you were dealing with family, friends, you know, co-workers, business, whatever, okay? Like I said, the message can still resonate whatever the situation is. There's something too about this energy where you were maybe put in situations where you were always in the middle, right? Like people were trying to make you pick and choose, you know, what you should and should not do. And when you choose yourself every time, it's almost like it was an issue. There's something also about hidden information. Okay, when it comes to you and your finances as well. Something could have been hidden from you when it comes to your finances, when it comes to, you know, maybe people, places, things. Okay, even when it comes to making difficult choices as well, you could have had to make a difficult choice, okay, when it comes to you not being stuck in the middle of a situation. It's almost like people try to pull, like, you know, the covers or the wools over your eyes, and it's almost like, yeah, you can cover my eyes all you want, but I can still see what you guys are doing behind my back. And that could also be significant too. It's like people don't realize that just because you're quiet and you don't say anything doesn't mean you don't know. Temperance. Okay, so yeah, there's something about balance, calm, serenity. Okay, financial planning as well, taking adventures. Some of you guys are taking adventures when it comes to seeking balance, right? And also when it comes to you meditating and focusing on yourself. So yeah, we have Ace of Pentacles energy. Okay, this is about a new opportunity that's coming in. We have Three of Cups, so this could be about community and also friendships, newer ones, not the past ones, right? Newer ones, new people, new opportunities, new resources, okay, new prosperity, new things, right? And you being open to these new things, these new abundances, right? No matter what that abundance is, whether this is a happy, a happy feeling, stepping into confidence, maybe making more money, maybe making a new, goal by getting a new job. Okay, this could be a new career, whatever this is, or just advancing, right? But you guys are moving forward when it comes to the energy of starting something new and being in something that actually resonates with you when it comes to your creativity and how you communicate, okay? Some of you guys are the divine feminine, or you have the divine feminine energy, at this time activated, whether you're masculine or not, because like I said, it's gender neutral, right? It doesn't matter. Everybody both has masculine and feminine attributes. The thing is, we all need to learn how to balance these things, right? So that is why I talk about yin yang energy. I always bring up anime because anime has like the red and the blue, and I always think about that too. So that is also significant when it comes to like Empress energy, right? There's something about, you being very mature, right? Even when it comes to like the new opportunities, you are being resourceful at this time. So even when it comes to you considering the consequences of your actions, it's like you could have dealt with people who were very deceptive. Okay, maybe they tried to lie. Okay, there's something about, like I said, this is past energy, right? Somebody could be coming towards you because, again, like I said, there's something about, truth being revealed. So you may be finding out some type of truth in the next few days, okay, with the number 7 here. Now, some of you guys, like I said, this is about close, partnerships, romantic, business, etc. Okay, even like when it comes to like marriages and divorces and things like that, like anything to do with whatever was hidden, especially with justice. Okay, there's something about something that happened to you with an opportunity. Like I said, you guys are moving into a new opportunity, but if this is past energy as well, you guys could have dealt with people like this, right? But there's something about you no longer dealing with that, especially with the number 7. This is about inner knowing. So there's something about your inner knowing when it comes to like spirituality. You may have known, okay, when it came to a situation that something was happening, and you trusted in the divine timing as well. So take what resonates with that too. But there's something about someone is, this could be you or someone else, but there is something about you considering the consequences of your actions, right? So even when it comes to like situations where people try to make you be the villain, right, even though you weren't, you still moved forward, okay? Like, people maybe thought that, oh, like, if I do this to collective, or if this happens to collective, they're not going to get back up. But you're the phoenix. You always get back up, right? You're somebody who is very focused, okay? You're someone who acts with speed and precision, okay? There's something about also when it comes to your ambition, you're somebody who's very ambitious, right? So take what resonates with that as well with the number 12. 12 could be very significant too. And, this is talking about, for some of you, spirituality. This is about, even when it comes to hidden enemies, like, certain things when it comes to, like, your subconscious thoughts, right? So, again, take what resonates with that. And there's something also about communication, too, yeah. So, yeah, you guys are releasing, like I said, when it comes to you being focused, you are releasing burdens. Like, if you were dealing with certain burdens, you've released that with the number 10. Okay, you are releasing burdens, you are releasing anything that was holding you back, and you are finding freedom, and you are finding something that makes you feel alive, basically. Okay, so take what resonates with that too. There's something about, whatever duty that you felt like you had to do when it came to like dealing with certain people, places, and things. You're like, kapooey, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Not that you don't care. Okay, maybe you still have a soft spot for certain people, but at the same time, if it is people who've done you wrong, you're like, I'm not dealing with this. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. Okay, so yeah, new opportunities, taking a risk, right? Even if stability may be uncertain, you're still open to receiving new beginnings. You're still open, like maybe there's an innocence about you too when it comes to like you moving forward And it's not to say that you don't know things, but maybe you come off very innocent because you may look like you don't know, but you know, right? So there's something about a fresh start, like I said, a new beginning when it comes to you taking a risk, okay? And also when it comes to you being able to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm going to end it here. All right, guys. Please take what resonates with you whenever you see this. And again, thank you guys for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys. Happy Friday once again. Follow me on YouTube and TikTok, and my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can check out my blog, or you guys can, book a reading. All right, guys. But yeah, thank you guys for, the love, the support. Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys. And, hopefully whatever messages you do end up seeing, because I do post a lot. But hey, if I feel like I'm called to do the message, I'm going to do the message, right? So, hopefully, I know not every single video resonates, but hopefully, when you do get a video, hopefully it does resonate with you, whenever you see it, or even if it doesn't, hopefully you can take away something from the message or share it with somebody that, may resonate from it as well. But anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys, because again, it takes a village, okay, to build something. So, it's not just me alone, right? So I do thank you guys. I appreciate you guys, because if I didn't get, the likes or the views or any follows or anything like that, then what would I be doing? Like, make it make sense, right? So yeah, and I think it's weird too, like when people don't appreciate people either, because I mean, in a world filled with selfish people and people who feel like, they can control your life or whatever the case is, it's very hard to find people who genuinely want to support, whether this is you, like you supporting a community and having other people join that. That's another thing too. Like, it's hard to find people who are on the same page. Like, it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what you believe in my eyes, personally. I just feel like we should be able to come together. And I find it so funny how a lot of us are so close with one another because of food. Like, when you think about the spices and the foods and like the certain things that we use and eat and cook with, you'd be very surprised how close we are in proximity, like a lot of us are not that far off, especially when it comes to like West Indian culture and Indian, food and things like that. It's like there's certain influences, right? I mean, yes, some of it is because of slavery, don't get me wrong, but there are some influences as well. So I find it very interesting when there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of animosity, there's a lot of competition. Like, I've never understood that. I never got that. So yeah, some of you may resonate with these, but I do thank you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys next time. All right, guys, love you guys. Bye.